The person waiting for you 5 years down the road is not a stranger. They are not a matter of luck or chance or fortune. They are the direct result of decisions you are making right now, tonight, this week, in the small, unremarkable moments you don't think anyone is paying attention to. And here's the thing most people never consider. That future person is watching. Not in some mystical sense, not in a way I could prove to you on a chalkboard, but in the sense that everything you do today is a message you're sending forward, a letter you're writing to someone who will one day have to live inside the consequences of your habits, your choices, your standards, and your excuses. Most people live as though the future is a separate country, a place they'll deal with when they get there. They treat today as a rough draft, something they can afford to waste because the real work will start later. Later, they'll get serious. Later, they'll get disciplined. Later, they'll become the person they've always imagined they could be. And so they spend their days casually, carelessly, as if none of it counts, as if the meter isn't running. But the meter is always running. There is no rough draft. There is no practice life that gets thrown away before the real one begins. Every day you live is the final version. It's already being recorded. It's already becoming the foundation that the next version of you will have to stand on. Whether that foundation is solid rock or shifting sand, I've watched this play out over many years, and it never stops being remarkable to me how blind we can be to the obvious. A man will complain bitterly about where he is, about the position he's in, about the results he's living with, and he'll speak as though it all fell on him from the sky, as though he woke up one morning and found himself trapped in a life he never chose. But that life didn't fall from the sky. It was assembled piece by piece out of 5 years of daily decisions he wasn't paying attention to. And that's the sobering part, but it's also the hopeful part. And I want you to hold both of those at once. If 5 years of unconscious choices can build a life you don't want, then 5 years of conscious choices can build a life you do. The same machinery that traps people is the machinery that frees them. It's just a question of whether you're operating it or whether it's operating you. Now, let me be clear. When I say the person you'll be in 5 years is being built today, I'm not talking about grand gestures. I'm not talking about the dramatic decisions, the ones that come with fanfare and feel important while you're making them. Those matter, but they're rare, and they're not where most of your future gets decided. Your future gets decided in the small things. What you do with the first hour after you wake up, what you reach for when you're bored, what you say to yourself when you fail at something, whether you read the difficult book or the easy one, whether you make the phone call you've been avoiding, whether you keep the small promise you made to yourself when nobody was around to hold you to it. These are the bricks, and here's what makes them so dangerous. Any single brick is meaningless. Skip one workout, it doesn't matter. Break one small promise, it changes nothing. Waste one evening, and the sun still comes up the next morning as if nothing happened. This is the great deception of the small decision. It arrives dressed as something trivial, something that couldn't possibly matter, and so we treat it as though it doesn't count. But it counts. It always counts. Because you are never making just one decision. You are casting a vote for the kind of person you're becoming. And votes accumulate. And one day you look up and realize you've elected someone you never meant to elect. Think about the person who wants to be healthy 5 years from now. That person is not built by the one grand decision to get in shape. That decision feels enormous and important, and it produces almost nothing because feelings aren't results. That healthy person is built by 10,000 small, boring, invisible choices. The choice to walk instead of sit. The choice to stop eating before you're stuffed. The choice to go to bed at a reasonable hour when everything in you wants to stay up. None of those choices feels significant in the moment. Every one of them is a brick. And the same is true of every other version of the future you might want to build. The wealthy person is built by the small choices about spending and saving and earning. The skilled person is built by the small choices about practice and study and correction. The person of good character is built by the small choices about honesty when a lie would be easier, about patience when anger would be justified, about showing up when disappearing would be forgiven. We keep waiting for the big moment, the turning point, the day everything changes. And we miss the truth that the day everything changes is not a single day. It's every day. It's this day. The turning point is not an event you're waiting for. It's a decision you're making right now, and again in an hour, and again tomorrow morning, whether you notice it or not. So the first thing I want you to sit with tonight is this uncomfortable idea. You're already becoming someone, not someday. Now, the process is not paused, waiting for you to get serious. It's running at full speed, and it's been running your whole life, and it will keep running whether you participate consciously or not. The only question is whether you're building the person you want to be or building someone by accident and hoping it turns out. Because that's what most people are doing. They're building by accident. They have no blueprint, no design, no vision of who they're constructing. They just react to whatever's in front of them day after day and let the results pile up. And then they act surprised when the finished structure doesn't look like anything they would have chosen. But you can't build by accident and expect the result of intention. The universe doesn't work that way. What you build is what you get. Now, I want to talk about time in a way that most people never think about it, because I believe the way you understand time determines almost everything about how you live. Most people think of time as something that happens to them. It passes, it goes by, it slips away. Notice the language, all of it passive, all of it describing time as a river that carries you along whether you like it or not. And there's truth in that. Time does pass. You can't stop it, can't slow it, can't store it up for later. But that passive picture leaves out the most important part, which is that while time is passing, you are doing something. You are not just floating on the river, you are building on the banks. And when the water has all flowed by, when the 5 years are gone, what remains is not the time itself, which was never yours to keep, but what you built with it. So the question was never how much time you have. Everyone gets the same 24 hours. The question is always what you're constructing in the time you're given. Two people can live through the exact same 5 years side by side, breathing the same air. And one comes out transformed while the other comes out exactly the same as they went in, or worse. The difference was never the time. The difference was what they did inside of it. I once knew a young man who was convinced that his problem was a lack of time. He said it constantly. If only he had more hours in the day, more free time, fewer obligations, he would finally get around to becoming the person he wanted to be. He would learn the skill, build the business, get in shape, read the books. He was always one imaginary block of free time away from transformation. And then his circumstances changed, and suddenly he had exactly what he'd always claimed to want. Time. Empty, open, unstructured time. And do you know what he did with it? Nothing, or worse than nothing. He filled it with the easiest, emptiest activities he could find. And at the end of that stretch, he was not closer to the person he wanted to be. He was further away because he'd proven to himself that his excuse had never been true. His problem was never time. His problem was that he didn't know how to use time. And he'd been hiding that from himself behind a story about not having enough. And that's a story I've heard from 1,000 mouths in 1,000 forms. I don't have the time. I'll do it when things settle down. When this project is over, when the kids are older, when the season changes. Always later. Always when the conditions are perfect. And the conditions are never perfect. And so later never comes. The future person you're becoming does not care about your conditions. They only inherit your habits. They don't receive a report explaining that you meant to start, but the timing was bad. They just receive the results. They open the door and walk into the